Today we're going to explore one of America's most famous coins, the Kennedy half-dollar. We'll break down how to identify mint marks like P, D, and S, and what they mean for each coin. You'll also learn how condition plays a huge role in value. From circulated coins you find in pocket change, to uncirculated and proof coins made for collectors. And most importantly, we'll look at what makes certain Kennedy half-dollars valuable, and which ones are actually common despite online hype. Let's get started. First up, Kennedy half-dollar of the year 1981 with P mint mark is one of the interesting pieces in United States coin history, and it carries attention from collectors because it belongs to a long-running series that honors President John F. Kennedy, and it was struck in Philadelphia Mint during a period when half-dollars were not widely used in daily commerce, but still produced for collectors and limited circulation. The background of the Kennedy half-dollar began in the 1960s after the assassination of President Kennedy, and the United States Mint created this coin as a tribute, and it quickly became a symbol of remembrance and national respect. And over time, the design continued through many decades, including the early 1980s, when the 1981 version was produced. The 1981 P mint mark coin is part of a smaller production era when half-dollars were no longer common in pocket chain, and most of them were saved by collectors or stored in mint sets, which makes surviving examples in original condition more interesting in the current market of coin collecting. This coin features the portrait of President Kennedy on the front side and the presidential seal on the reverse side, and the design was created by Gilroy Roberts and Frank Gasparo, and it remains one of the most recognized coin designs in American numismatics history. The United States Mint in Philadelphia marked these coins with a P mint mark, which was a practice used more consistently in later years, and the presence of this mint mark helps collectors identify the origin of the coin and its production details, which adds to its historical documentation value in terms of condition. The 1981 P Kennedy half-dollar in old or circulated condition shows signs of wear such as fading of details on the hair and cheek of the portrait and smoothing of the eagle design on the reverse side. And these condition factors play a major role in determining its market value. Today, collectors often evaluate this coin based on grading standards that measure where luster, strike quality, and overall eye appeal, and coins that remain in higher mint state condition are significantly more desirable compared to heavily circulated examples from pocket chain circulation. The rarity of the 1981 P mint mark Kennedy half-dollar is not extremely high in absolute production numbers, but high-grade surviving examples are less common because many coins were not carefully preserved, and this makes premium condition pieces more valuable in the collector market. The current market value of a typical circulated 1981 P Kennedy half-dollar is usually only slightly above its face value, but in well-preserved uncirculated condition, the price can rise significantly depending on grading and demand from collectors. High-grade versions of this coin, especially those graded by professional services, can reach values in the range of several dollars to higher amounts, sometimes exceeding $10 to $20 or more, when the strike quality and preservation level are exceptional. The unique features of this coin include its historical connection to the Kennedy legacy, its long-standing design continuity, and the fact that it represents a transitional era when half-dollars were no longer commonly used in daily transactions in the United States economy. Another unique aspect is the composition of the coin, which during this period was made of copper, nickel-clad material instead of silver, which distinguishes it from earlier Kennedy half-dollars and affects both its appearance and its collector interest. The coin also reflects the economic and minting practices of the early 1980s, when the United States Mint focused more on collector sets rather than general circulation distribution, which gives it a different place in numismatic history in modern coin collecting communities. The 1981 P Kennedy half-dollar is often discussed as an affordable entry-level collectible that still holds historical significance, and it allows new collectors to explore United States coinage without high investment costs. The overall market demand for this coin remains steady because of its popularity within the Kennedy half-dollar series, and while it is not considered extremely rare, it still maintains consistent interest due to its historical background and recognizable design. Today, the value of this coin in dollars depends heavily on condition, grading, collector demand, and market timing, but it continues to be a respected part of United States coin history and a meaningful collectible for those interested in presidential-era coinage. Next up, Kennedy half-dollar introduced in United States in 1964 after the assassination of President John Kennedy. It was created as a memorial coin that quickly became popular among collectors and general public. The design features the portrait of President Kennedy on the front and the presidential seal on the back. It was one of the fastest coin designs to be approved and released in American history. The early production of Kennedy half-dollar was made of 90% silver, which made it highly valuable even at face value. Over time. The composition changed due to rising silver prices and demand for circulation. The coin eventually moved to a copper-nickel-clad composition, which is still used in modern issues. The year 1982 is important for Kennedy half-dollar collectors because it was produced mainly for collectors and not for general circulation. The Philadelphia Mint, marked with letter P, produced special sets that included this coin. The P Mint mark represents Philadelphia Mint Facility, which has a long history of producing United States currency. Kennedy half-dollar 1982 P Mint mark coin in fine condition is considered desirable among collectors because of its limited circulation appearance. Many of these coins were preserved in mint sets, which helped maintain their quality over time. Coins that remain in fine condition today often show strong detail in the portrait and eagle design. The design of the Kennedy half-dollar carries deep historical meaning. The portrait of President Kennedy symbolizes leadership and national unity. The reverse side shows an eagle holding arrows and olive branches, which represent strength and peace. These design elements make the coin not only valuable in money terms, but also in historical importance. Collectors value the 1982 P Mint mark Kennedy half-dollar based on condition, rarity, and demand. While it is not the rarest coin in the series, high-grade examples can still achieve notable prices in the market. Coins graded in fine condition often attract attention from both new and experienced collectors. The current market value of Kennedy half-dollar 1982 P Mint mark in fine condition can vary depending on collector demand and grading standards. In general, it may range from a few dollars to higher amounts if the coin shows strong strike and minimal, where some certified examples in higher mint state condition can reach significantly higher prices in dollars. The rarity of this coin is influenced by its limited circulation release and collector-focused production. Most coins from this year were not heavily used in everyday transactions. This means fewer worn examples exist compared to other circulation coins from the same period. Another unique feature of the Kennedy half-dollar series is its transition through different metal compositions. The 1982 issue continues the copper-nickel-clad tradition, which replaced silver content decades earlier. This makes it more affordable but still collectible due to historical continuity. The Philadelphia Mint mark P was officially used on United States coins starting in 1979. Before that, Philadelphia coins had no mint mark. The presence of P on the 1982 Kennedy half-dollar helps identify its origin and adds to its catalog value for collectors. Market demand for Kennedy half-dollars is driven by nostalgia, historical significance, and collector interest. Many people collect them as part of complete date sets, which increases demand for specific years like 1982. Even common coins gain value when kept in higher condition grades. Fine condition coins show moderate wear, but still retain most major details on the design. On Kennedy half-dollars, this means the portrait of Kennedy remains clear, and facial features are visible. The eagle on the reverse side also shows strong outline details. Even if some fine lines are softened, grading plays a major role in determining value. Professional coin grading services evaluate surface quality, strike detail, and overall preservation. A higher grade can significantly increase the market value of a Kennedy half-dollar compared to lower graded examples. The historical background of the Kennedy half-dollar connects it to a major moment in United States history. It was introduced shortly after the tragic death of President Kennedy in 1963. This emotional connection increased public demand and made the coin an instant part of American culture. Today, collectors continue to seek Kennedy half-dollars from different years, including 1982 P Mint mark examples. The combination of historical importance, design symbolism, and collector demand ensures that this coin remains relevant in the numismatic market and continues to hold value in dollars depending on condition and rarity. Next up, the Kennedy half-dollar from the United States represents a historic coin that began production in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy after his assassination, and the coin quickly became one of the most recognized pieces in American numismatic history. And the series continued for decades with different compositions and mint variations, including the 1983 issue that carries special attention among collectors today. The 1983 Kennedy half-dollar, struck at the Denver Mint with the D Mint mark, is part of a period when half-dollar circulation was already declining, and most coins from this era were not heavily used in daily commerce. which makes high-quality surviving examples more interesting to collectors who search for well-preserved pieces from this transitional time in United States coinage history. In uncirculated condition, the 1980 3D Kennedy half-dollar shows sharp detail and original mint luster that has not been worn away by handling in circulation, and this type of preservation is highly valued because it allows collectors to see the original state of the coin exactly as it left the mint decades ago without damage or smoothing of design. Features the design of the Kennedy half-dollar, features the portrait of President Kennedy on the obverse side, created by engraver Gilroy Roberts, and the reverse design shows the presidential seal created by Frank Gasparo, and these artistic elements remain consistent across most years, but the strike quality and finish of each mint year can vary, which creates subtle differences that specialists study closely. The 1983 D issue is not considered extremely rare in general production numbers, but it becomes more desirable in higher grades, especially in pristine uncirculated condition, because many examples were stored away or mishandled over time, and only a smaller portion remains in near-perfect state, which increases collector interest. Collectors often evaluate coins like the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar based on factors such as strike sharpness, luster, surface preservation, and eye appeal. And when all of these elements align in an uncirculated example, the coin becomes more attractive in the numismatic market. Even if it is not a key date in the series, the market value of a 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar in average circulated condition is usually close to face value, but in uncirculated condition the value can rise depending on grading standards and professional certification, and top-grade examples can reach significantly higher prices in dollars due to collector demand and registry-set competition. Coins that receive high mint state grades from professional grading services are often sealed in protective holders, and these certified examples of the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar can achieve stronger market performance because buyers trust the verified condition and authenticity, which reduces uncertainty in transactions. The economic context of the early 1980s in the United States also plays a role in collector interest, because inflation and changes in coin production affected circulation patterns, and the half-dollar was already becoming less common in everyday use, which means many coins from this period were saved rather than heavily circulated. One unique feature of the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar is the relatively limited appearance in general circulation, compared to earlier decades, which gives it a semi-modern collectible status, where it is not ancient, but still not commonly found in pocket change, making it appealing for beginner and advanced collectors alike. The mint mark D on the coin indicates production at the Denver Mint facility, which is known for producing large quantities of United States coinage. And while the total output for half-dollars in that year was substantial, the survival rate in pristine condition is what creates the collectible separation between ordinary coins and premium examples. Collectors also study variations in surface quality, such as cameo contrast and mint frost on uncirculated specimens of the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar. And these visual characteristics can influence desirability, especially when the coin is viewed under proper lighting that reveals its original mint brilliance. The historical significance of the Kennedy half-dollar series adds emotional and cultural value beyond metal content, because it represents national memory and respect for a president, which means even common-date coins carry a story that connects collectors to United States history and political heritage. In today's market, the value of a high-grade, uncirculated 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar can range from a few dollars to higher levels depending on grading, certification, rarity of condition, and buyer demand. And while it is not considered a million-dollar rarity, it still holds steady interest in numismatic circles. Overall, the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar in uncirculated condition stands as a collectible piece that blends historical importance, artistic design, and moderate market value, and its appeal continues to grow among collectors who appreciate modern United States coinage and the ongoing legacy of the Kennedy half-dollar series. Next up, the Kennedy half-dollar is one of the most famous coins produced in the United States, and it carries deep historical meaning connected to American heritage and the legacy of President John F. Kennedy. It was first introduced in 1964, shortly after his assassination, and it quickly became a symbol of remembrance and national respect. The coin was designed to honor his life and service to the country, and it replaced the Franklin half-dollar in circulation. Its design features the portrait of Kennedy on the front and the presidential seal on the back. This coin has remained an important part of American numismatic history for decades, and collectors around the world Continue to study and collect different years and mint marks, including the 1984 issue from the Denver Mint. The 1984 Kennedy half-dollar with D mint mark was produced by the United States Mint in Denver during a period when half-dollars were no longer widely used in everyday commerce. Most of these coins were made for collectors rather than general circulation, and this makes them somewhat special compared to earlier issues. The mint mark D indicates that the coin was struck in Denver, and this detail is important for collectors who study variations in production. The coin is made from a copper-nickel composition, which replaced the silver content used in the earliest versions, and this change reflects the economic conditions of the United States during the late 20th century. In terms of history, the Kennedy half-dollar series went through many changes after its introduction in 1964. The original coins contained silver, but by the 1980s, including the 1984 issue, the silver content had been removed due to rising metal costs and economic policy changes. This transition marked an important shift in United States coin production, and it affected both value and collector interest. While the coin remained widely recognized, its use in circulation declined as people preferred smaller denomination coins or paper currency. The 1984 D mint mark coin represents a later stage in this historical evolution. The design of the Kennedy half-dollar remains consistent across most years, including 1984. The obverse shows a left-facing portrait of John F. Kennedy created by Gilroy Roberts, and the reverse shows the presidential seal designed by Frank Gasparo. These artistic elements give the coin a strong symbolic identity, and they contribute to its lasting popularity among collectors. Even though millions of 1984 coins were produced, the design quality and historical meaning continue to attract interest from numismatists who appreciate United States coinage history. When discussing rarity, the 1984 D Kennedy half-dollar is not considered extremely rare in general circulation, because many were minted and distributed in mint sets. However, coins in very high condition can become more desirable. In the collector market, condition plays a major role in determining value, and coins that show minimal wear or remain in original mint packaging can attract higher attention. Collectors often search for coins with sharp details and strong luster, which indicate that the coin has been well preserved over time. The current market value of the 1984 D Kennedy half-dollar depends heavily on its condition. Coins that are heavily circulated may only have face value interest among collectors, while coins in good condition or uncirculated state can reach higher prices in the collectible market. In some cases, premium examples can sell for several dollars depending on grading results from professional coin grading services. The value is influenced by demand, collector interest, and overall coin quality, rather than rarity alone. One unique feature of the 1984 Kennedy half-dollar is its copper-nickel composition, which gives it a distinct appearance compared to earlier silver versions. The coin has a golden-silver color and a standard weight used for modern half-dollars. This composition chain is an important part of United States mint history because it reflects economic adjustments and material cost decisions. The coin also has a reeded edge, which helps prevent counterfeiting and adds to its traditional appearance. Collectors also pay attention to strike quality when evaluating the 1984 D mint mark coin. A strong strike with clear details on Kennedy portrait and presidential seal can significantly improve collector interest. Weak strikes or worn surfaces reduce appeal and lower market value. Proof-like qualities in some mint set versions can make certain examples more attractive. These variations are studied carefully by numismatists who specialize in modern United States coins. The Kennedy half-dollar series overall has become less common in everyday transactions, but it remains widely collected. The 1984 D mint mark coin is part of this ongoing legacy, and it represents a period when the United States Mint was producing coins mainly for collectors rather than circulation. This shift in production makes the coin a historical snapshot of American monetary policy during the 1980s, and it adds educational value for those who study economic history through coins in the collector market. Coins from the 1980s, including the 1984 Kennedy half-dollar, are often grouped into modern coin collecting categories. While they are not rare in the traditional sense, they still attract interest due to their historical context and design continuity. Many collectors try to complete full-date runs of Kennedy half-dollars, and this increases demand for specific years like 1984, especially in higher grades. Another important aspect of the 1984 D Kennedy half-dollar is its availability in mint sets. These sets were sold directly by the United States Mint and often preserved coins in better condition than circulated examples. Because of this, many high-quality specimens come from original mint packaging. Collectors value these sets because they provide coins with minimal handling and strong visual appeal, which can improve market desirability. The grading system plays a major role in determining the value of this coin. Professional grading services evaluate factors such as surface condition, luster, strike quality, and eye appeal. A higher grade can significantly increase the price compared to lower graded coins. Even small differences in condition can lead to noticeable changes in market value, which is why collectors often seek certification for important examples of the 1984 Kennedy half dollar. From a historical perspective, the Kennedy half dollar reflects national sentiment and respect for leadership. The 1984 issue continues this tradition, even though it no longer contains silver. It represents stability in design across decades and shows how United States coinage can evolve while maintaining symbolic consistency. This makes the coin important not only for collectors, but also for those interested in cultural and political history of the United States. Market demand for the 1984 Kennedy half dollar is influenced by collector trends and interest in modern coins. While it is not a high-rarity coin, it still has a steady presence in numismatic markets, especially among beginners and intermediate collectors. Its affordability in most conditions makes it accessible, while higher-grade examples provide opportunities for investment-oriented collectors who focus on condition rarity rather than mintage rarity. In conclusion, the 1984 Kennedy half dollar remains an important piece of United States coin history, even though it is not considered extremely rare. Its value in dollars depends mainly on condition grading and collector demand. Rather than scarcity, the coin continues to attract attention due to its historical background, design significance, and connection to President Kennedy. For collectors, it represents both a historical artifact and a continuing part of American numismatic tradition. Thanks for watching.